Alright, John Oakes here with Hankster's Hot Rods here in our Homer City, Pennsylvania location, and we are going to go over this nice little ride here we've got sitting beside me today, a 1965 Chevrolet Nova. This thing all metal here, again nice and straight. All the bright work is just as in good a condition as you could ask for. So we're going to walk around, kind of show you around the car, and then we'll end up with it on the lift and then firing the motor for you. But our Nova here that we see here, done in the bright red exterior. You got the steel hood here. As I said, all of your bright work here, all of your trim around the windows, up through the rain gutters here, even down the side here of your quarter panel, all that is in really good condition. All of your panels, nice and straight as well. The gaps on your doors, again, same, front to back. All of your body lines all line up and the elevations are good. Now, our particular car here, we've got the 327 emblems down here on the fender. That is what's underneath the hood. It's a very well-built 327, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Wheels and tires on this car to give it its stance. We've got 14-inch wheels on here. They are the Cragar SS Chrome Mag wheels. And then on those BF Goodrich Radial TA tires, 215/60 R14s on the front and 225/60 R14s on the back. Now, as far as the glass goes, you can see the glass on the side here. It's tinted and it's in great shape. There's no chips or cracks or anything like that. All of our trim around all of our windows, all of that is in great shape. And we've got mirrors on both sides, driver and passenger side chrome mirrors, which again, the chrome is in great condition. There's no pitting on that. We're going to open our door up, take a look inside. We've got all black interior with some, red trim here on the dash and the door panels. Bucket seats up front, fully adjustable, matching upholstery in the back there. On the rear seat, you've got the package tray with the speakers back there as well. The dash has been painted red. You've got the wood grain steering wheel, the 4-speed shifter on the floor there. Factory instrumentation in the dash. We do have a few aftermarket gauges. We'll look at those on the other side. And then we've got an aftermarket AM/FM CD player that's in there as well, so you can enjoy some music on your cruises out and about in the summertime. We'll close the door up. All of your trim and so forth, all of your weather stripping and seals, those are all in great shape. As I feel through the rain gutter here, everything's smooth on this black vinyl top, even down around all of your trim here and up around the windows. Everything's nice and smooth. The vinyl top's in great shape too. There's no tears, no fraying or anything. So again, that's in good shape. I mentioned our trim on the rear quarter here. That's in nice condition. Nova SS back here on the quarter panel and a nice chrome gas cap lid there. As we come around the back, our trunk here, you're going to see how it fits. It fits real nice. Our gaps there and elevations with our quarters here are all in good shape. The Nova SS emblem here on the back side of the trunk as well. Now again, you see the Nova trim back here on the tail, or actually on the trunk lid itself. That is all in really good shape there too for what it is. Rear bumper, chrome, no pitting on that either, so that's in really nice shape. And our tail light lenses and backup light lenses, those are in nice shape. So again, no cracks or chips in any of those. We're going to go into the trunk now, show you what that looks like. Okay, so the trunk opens up real nice. Hinges and springs work. Underside of the trunk painted the same red as the exterior of the car. Of course, looks like they've done a little bit of matte trimming in here to make it look nice. So we've got some mats that are laid out here on the floor of the trunk. You've got a set of floor mats here too for inside the car. The trunk pan itself is in excellent shape. There's no patches. It's all good and solid. And the weather stripping here on the trunk, that is all in great shape. There's no rips or tears in any of that. Meets right here in the center. So again, it should seal up real nice for you from all the outside elements. So we'll close this up. Again, that closes nice and easy. And we'll come around to the passenger side now. Again, same stuff, same emblem, same trim, all in great shape. The body's nice and straight all the way down. Body lines all match up. And then your elevations and your gaps with your door for your front fenders and your quarter panels, those are all in good shape. Again, mirrors, the chrome is just as good as can be. Glass on the passenger side, all very nice too. Again, no chips, no cracks. We'll open this up. And again, as I mentioned, the seats are, newer seats in here, adjustable. There's going to be no rips or tears in those. You got front seat belts. The dash has been painted, so you don't have any kind of material there that would crack. The carpeting, no fading there either. Your weather stripping up through your window channels here and your seals here with your quarter windows. All of that is in great shape. Again, looks to be that they've replaced that at some time here just recently. So all that's in good shape. The door shuts nice and easy there too. Windshield, same thing. It's in great condition, no chips, no cracks. And then as we come around the front, again, our steel hood with all of our bright work here, the trim around the leading edge, the trim down the center of the hood, all of that is in great shape, along with our gaps and our elevations on our hood. Front bumper, same thing. Nice chrome, no pitting on the chrome, and the front bumper all intact. It's not dented in. It's polished up just as well as it can be. So now, as far as under the hood, let's go inside here, take a look at what we've got for our engine. Let's find our hood latch. Okay, so again, steel hood raises up, the hinges and springs do their job at holding that all up, and then we've got our engine in here. So what this is a 327, a very well built 327 though, so it's got lots of power for you for this particular car. As far as what we see accessory and component wise in here, of course you see the chrome Edelbrock air cleaner up on top, an Edelbrock 1406 carburetor. Weiand aluminum intake on there, but it is painted though. You've got the tall polished valve covers in there with the breathers also. Now what this car does have, it's got an HEI ignition, HEI distributor, and the distributor's got the clear see-through cap on it. Just neat little something there for you if you run across something like that. Never really seen one in person, but we've got one now, so those look really nice. You've got the chrome alternator bracket in here, a chrome fan shroud, just a stock style radiator in here too, with a Flexolite fan in there, so that'll cool you off pretty good. You've got the aluminum timing chain cover in there as well. All of your hoses are all dry from your radiator and from your water pump. Now again, something else that you don't see typically would be these headers that we have in here. These are a set of hooker headers. They are the fender dump headers, so they're going to come out through your inner fender here, but they tuck real nicely in between the inner fender and your outer fender. And then of course we've got the dual exhaust all the way back on this car. Now as far as braking and steering, this car is manual brake, manual steering, four-wheel drum brake, but it runs and drives, stops and starts on a dime, so you don't have to have any worries there with the drum brakes. They work great on this car. Then to finish out our drive line, so we've got the 327 engine here. We've got that backed up with a Muncie M22 4-speed manual transmission, and then for a rear end, it's a 10-bolt GM rear end, 323 gear in there. It's the 8.2 ring gear. But again, plenty for this car. Nice little car. It's got enough power with this 327, and it keeps the weight down. So again, don't need all that big horsepower and big cubic inch. This thing will rip just on its own. So that's pretty much it. We've been around the outside of our car now, in the interior and under the hood. Next thing we got to do now is get it on the lift, go through the underside for you just before we fire the engine up. Alright, so we're underneath our 1965 Nova here. Again, as you're looking around underneath here, you're going to see nothing but nice under here. It's very nicely done. We're going to go through our suspension, steering, drive line, exhaust work, of course, and of course, floors and frame, as nice as what they are. So we'll start up front here with our car, and we'll talk about the front suspension. All stock up here for the most part. We've got the stamped control arms, both uppers and lowers on both sides. The stock cross members in here too. We do have a front sway bar, and then on these little Novas here, they do have the strut rod style front suspension. So So you do have your strut rods going from your lower control arms up to the front here. And those bushings are all in good shape, and those are adjusted nice. As far as our steering goes, this is a manual steering car. Tie rods though, the ball joints of those, all in great shape. Rubber dust boot covers are all intact, and you can tell everything's been greased and maintained underneath here. Your sway bar end links too, those are in great shape. Ball joints on your lower control arms, same thing. Greased, maintained, and very properly done underneath here. Now as far as braking, we'll just do the overall braking. It's a manual brake car, 4-wheel drums, but this car stops and starts, really, really nice. As far as the drive line, we've got a 327 cubic inch small block Chevrolet engine here. We have that backed up with a Muncie M22 4-speed or manual transmission. The bell housing here, it's in great shape. You don't see any cracks or anything in it. The oil pan and the transmission on this car are dry. No leaks that I can see at all. Transmission cross member here, it is a stamped steel component. It's a bolt-in item, so that makes it nice. The actual mount itself for the tail shaft of the transmission, that's all in great condition too. The seals on the back of the transmission too, those are virtually dry and no leaks present on any of that. Drive shaft itself, balanced. It's going to eliminate any kind of vibrations you might have in that drive line. And then your rear end to finish everything off. This is a 10-bolt GM rear end. It is a 323 gear, and then they have the leaf spring suspension on the back with the air shocks back here. And again, those do make things nice. They're easily adjusted. Just need an air hose to hook up to them. You can raise or lower it to give it the right stance that you're looking for there very, very easily. The fuel tank back here, it's in great shape. You don't see any bangs, dents, or dings in it. The straps and all the mounting hardware are all in good shape too. And the exhaust work on this car, going back up to the front to continue all the way back, we have a set of fender dump headers here. They're long tube design, I guess you would call them, but they mount very nicely. They make up for a lot of room that's wasted in that in the engine bay there. Then you have dual 2.5-inch exhaust all the way back. You got the dual mufflers here. Now I'm not going to say that they're Flowmaster, but they're a Flowmaster style. I can't see a brand on it. It might be twisted up around on the top side, but again, they're in great shape. The tailpipes also, they go up over top of this rear end housing, and then they exit out between the leaf spring and the quarter panel on both sides. The floors themselves, those are in great condition. Again, no patches to talk about on these floors. You see all the stamping lines in both sides the whole way back. All the drain plugs are in here as they should, and all the bracing in here as it should be. Your pinch welds down both sides, super straight the whole way back along the side of the car. The frame rail sections, your front frame here, all nice and square and straight. Same thing with your rear frame rail sections too, back over top of that rear end. The only other thing here is wheels and tires. 14-inch wheels on all four on this car. They are the Cragar SS chrome mags, and then as far as the rubber that's wrapped around them, BF Goodrich radial TA tires. They are 215/60 R14s on the front, 225/60 R14s on the rear. So with that, that's pretty much everything underneath our Nova here. We're going to get this down, pop the hood, and let you hear the sound of that engine here.